Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial. This is the review of the Purge TV series, episode 9. Let's get into it. So we got episode 9, second to the last episode, when episode 8 left off. It left off at the mysterious man Joe, who basically mastermind saving people from the Purge, but saving them only to get his own personal vengeance, kidnapping people that he felt as though wronged him along the way, and he has them caged in his old high school, where he's going to basically film them, have them testify on their wrong, and he's going to be the judge and the jury on whether they should live or not. So that's pretty much the bulk of this episode, is going back and forth on how he met each person along the way, and how he came to be disgusted with them. So there was a guy he helped that was getting beat down outside, and that guy was a kid back in high school who used to bully him and tormented him. So this was his vengeance. The guy finally admitted that who he was. He played like he didn't know him at first, but then he admitted that he was that person. And then, of course, Joe, in true fashion, killed him. So he's going over everybody's situation. So it's two women. One of the women that shut down his factory, he has her in there. He has another woman in there that pretty much was part of that as well. Jane is there. Jane, he went on a date with Jane, and Jane kind of snubbed him, but so he really felt some type of way that she snubbed him and left him stranded on a date. So that's really why he there. And then she admitted to that she purged, you know what I'm saying? Then you have Rick and his wife. They were there. He did their security to their home, so that's how he knew how to get into their home. And it hasn't really got to why he actually chose them besides the security situation. Penelope, which is Miguel's sister, he pretty much grabbed her because her whole generation is like, they have no respect for no one. They just pretty much just freelance and do whatever. And so while all this is going on, Miguel and the cop that was running the bar is going on a hunt to look for Joe. And so the cop looked in his surveillance. He found Joe's license plate. They found Joe's address. And Joe has a sick father that's home. So the father pretty much didn't give him too much information. He did express that they did have a school, that that he's at the school, and told him that, you know, they'd never be able to get in there because he rigged it. And he finally, like, pretty much, I guess he was always telling Joe he was like being pushed over growing up. So he really like, yo, you need to take life by the horns. So they went upstairs. They got a chance to see like all these people that Joe planned and how he picked them out and everything like that. So Joe is very smart, and he's into security and technology, and he got a lot of different gadgets. And so while they went in the house, he pretty much had his house rigged with a bomb, but Miguel was able to defuse it. So on the way out, Miguel and the cop Frank, now he never went out to a purge, so he pretty much came out there with Miguel. So it's kind of suspect. It's like, you don't know if you can really believe this guy, the cop, but you think, well, this cop's going to end up dying because he's going against his own rules. He normally stay inside with his bar where he's safe and sanctuary. Now he's going out with Miguel. He just met this guy this night. Now he's going out, and, you know, So it's almost, you can see the setup, like he gotta go. He's gonna die or whatever. Going against the grain, not sticking to what he believe in. So you can see them. Miguel, he was like, they both was, I guess, used to be in the military, and he was like, yeah, Miguel, stay focused. He doesn't know what's coming to him. Two ex-Marines, coming in here. We're gonna bring it to him. So you can see something's getting ready to happen. And I already was having a feeling. Okay, I said, all right, now they're out purging or whatever, and looking for Joe, but nothing like the guy who Miguel like broke loose of when he was going to find his sister. No one that wasn't resolved. So of course, in true fashion, they're in the car, and I'm like, this seems too odd. I said, I was thinking to myself, is their car? Did somebody set a bomb on their car? And sure enough, just like that, a missile came, and they hurried up and got out the car just in time. So they lost all their weapons because they had all their artillery inside the car. So sure enough, it was the guy who was called the Collector, where he was looking for them. He wanted his revenge on Miguel, and he really blew up the car they was missing. So it flashes back to the school with Joe, and he said a couple people. He killed the one guy that was in his old high school. One of the girls, she broke loose and just ran and tried to run out the door. He had a gun, like if the door opened up a certain way, it shoot off a gun, blew her back. Then he said Jane, so Jane pretty much, they went over the story with Jane. Jane is like kind of assaulting him, like, man, you doing all this over a date that went bad. You was making racist jokes that I didn't appreciate, and I earned every, So she telling her spill. Nevertheless, the other people in the cave start distracting him, talking or whatever. So, and he got at Penelope and tried to tell Penelope, this is the reason why I got at you. So meanwhile, he wasn't paying attention to Jane. So Jane, I don't know, she hit him with something or she hit him, and they got in a tussle, which wasn't smart because you can't just tussle with them. No knock to women, but if you ain't like trained fighter and you dealing with a man that's in some type of shape, you gotta use a weapon on him, because he's just by nature he's stronger or whatever, and you gotta use a weapon on him. And she ain't had no weapon. She just trying to scrap for her life, and just like he ended up killing her, strangled her to death or whatever. So Jane is gone. I thought she would be one of the ones that made it, but she didn't. So now you have the lady who told, who shut his plan down, the married couple, and Penelope left. So you'll get to see next week how it ends. So it's pretty decent. They down to the last episode. They made it through. I didn't know what to expect with the Purge TV series, and I will say it was well put together. It kept most of us Purge fans intrigued. So another good episode. Subscribe and like, share the video, comment. If you're watching the Purge series like I am, comment, tell me what you think is going to happen in the last episode. Until then, tune in next week.